Blast me to Cyphos. It's time for the Mad Merlin's Warhammer 40,000 Imperium journey. Episode 25, Part 1, Lore and Build Guide. Hello and welcome back to the Mad Merlin's Warhammer 40,000 Imperium journey. Today we have issue 25, which brings us the Necron Immortals. So in this issue we get 5 miniatures, 5 32mm bases. We learn all about the Necron Immortals, and we actually build and paint them. We also explore Deathmarks Mechanicus Forge Worlds, and we get new data sheets and a new mission. So we'll have a quick look at the frame of our models. So like I said, you got your 5 32mm bases here. And we get our one frame of models, which includes 5 beautiful Necron Immortals, with the option of being built as Deathmarks. Excuse me. So we got the back torsos here for our Immortals. The front torsos are the same for both. We have little spines to add extra detail. Got the choice of Tesla Carbine or Gauss Blaster. Each arm does match to a support arm. You have the barrel ends for the weapons there. Each of the Gauss Blasters also has a rear half to attach to. We have the back torsos for the Deathmarks and some extra bits of piping. And the Deathmark snipers. And finally we have our heads. So we've got the 5 mortal heads up here and the Cyclopean Deathmark heads just there. That's the other side of the sprue, so you can see all the details. I won't be building any of these on camera, as it is pretty straightforward on how to build them. Just follow your build guide very carefully and you will not be able to go wrong. Speaking of build guide, let's start going through issue 25 and discover our new lore as well as our build and paint guides. So we've got a fold out page here which is all about the Forge Worlds. But contents wise, we have battle record for our Necron Immortals. We learn about the Royal Court, the rulers of the Imperium, the worlds of Ultramar, the forged worlds of the Deathmarks Mechanicus, build and paint our Immortals. Then we have a Royal Warden and Immortals data sheet, our first part of the how to play Warhammer 40,000 rules, and we have Defensive Perimeter, which is Scout Mission 3. Well, Mission 2, page 3, so to say, because Mission 1 was part 2. So here we have our Necron Immortals, Elite Necron Infantry. Necron Immortals are elite Necron soldiers who possess the ability to think and fight independently of their commanders. They are equipped with heavier armor and superior weaponry, and deployed against their dynasty's most powerful foes. So you've got the options of equipping them with Tesla Carbines or Gauss Blasters. You can choose, but you only get the rules at the moment for the Blasters. We are going to get another 5 later in the collection, so they might be built up as Immortals, but they could also be built up as Deathmarks. I hope they give you the option to choose, which would be nice. So we got the different glyphs belonging to the different phalanxes of Necrons. And on the back of our battle record, we have all our details. So my designation is the Flensing Host. They are, of course, under the command of Cormac the Stormbringer, my overlord. They belong to the 2nd cohort and are the 1st phalanx, as they are veteran warriors. They have sensor scoring battle damage, so they can't pick out targets as well, so they just rely on weight of fire. But they have gifts of neural accelerators, so they can adapt quicker on battlefield. So our first piece of lore is the Royal Court. Whether but they be pharaohs in command of an entire dynasty, or overlords in control of a handful of tomb worlds, powerful Necron lords all possess their own royal court, a selection of lesser nobles, military officers, cryptech advisors, and heavily armed bodyguards who help them rule their territories. So this details the hierarchy of the Necron tomb worlds. So we've got lords and overlords, royal wardens, the Lich Guard bodyguard. Nice to see some Saltec colour schemes. Should be very helpful to me later on. And on the back we got the different types of cryptechs. So there's technomancers who build, maintain war machines and war gear. Plasmancers who deal with energy focusing weapons. Chronomancers who meddle with time. And psychomancers who have studied the art of fear. Our second piece of lore is the rule of the Imperium. So, rule of the Imperium falls to the High Lords of Terror, also known as the Senatorum Imperialis. This conclave of autocrats issues edicts in the Emperor's name, striving to maintain control. So we got nice sculpted work of all the different High Lords and all the different parts of the Imperium. So we got the Inquisition of the Ordo Hereticus, the Demon Hunters, the Ordo Malleus. We got tech priests of various different types. We got a Space Marine, a Sister of Battle, various other rankings of Imperial leaders, including rogue traders, psychers of the Adeptus Telepathica. And down the bottom we got some of the lesser leaders, but a Custodian Guard, they're not too lesser. Yeah. And at the side we've got what each of these dictates are. So in the centre you got the Senatorum Imperialis, so you got Lord Guilliman. 2 is the Adeptus Mechanicus, 3 the Cult Imperialis, and 4 the Adeptus Administratum. So as we get more and more for this collection, we'll get probably the same picture but different pieces detailed. We've got a little blurb about a tech priest saying how the Imperium is run and what they think of it. Next piece of lore is the Ultramarines Empire of Ultramar. So we've got a star map of the Macragge system and a little bit of detail about some of the subsystems. So you got Masali, which has Agri-Worlds, Viridian, Talazar, and Macragge, of course, itself. Unlike the majority of Space Marine chapters, the Ultramarines benefit not only from the rulership of a single homeworld, but an entire stellar empire, known as Ultramar. The worlds of Ultramar provide resources and recruits for the chapter, and in turn are protected by their Space Marine overlords. So anyone with deep knowledge of the Horus Heresy will know that they have 500 worlds. So Viridia was one of the integral worlds to some of the early campaigns in the Horus Heresy, where the Word Bearers attacked the Ultramarines. I believe the Word Bearers caused the star of Viridia to go supernova and wipe out quite a few planets. Espandor, which is where Garrow recruited... No, it wasn't. Calf. Where's Calf gone? I've lost it. But Espandor was one of the Ultramarines recruiting worlds, mainly for the Ultramar militia. We got Talazar, the home of Captain Sicarius, Talesa, which is an inquisitorial home planet for the Death Watch. There's Calf. So Calf was where Nathaniel Garrow recruited the Ultramarines librarian Tylos Rubio to the secret ordos of Malcador's Knight Errants. So then we got a little bit more detail about how Ultramar is governed, the Fortress of Hera, which is the Ultramarines' fortress monastery. And we've got a little blurb from Lieutenant Calcius about how, no matter how many times he sees it, the Fortress of Hera is glorious to uphold. Our last piece of lore then is a fold-out section on the Forge Worlds. There are many Forge Worlds throughout the Imperium. Though the armies of each and every Forge World is distinct in culture and appearance, they are all devoted to the cult Mechanicus and strive to attain knowledge and technology for the advancement of humanity. So, first and foremost of the Forge Worlds are the Tech Priests of Mars, where Archmagos Belisarius Cool helped develop the Primaris project. So the Martian Scutari are one of the most numerous and have connections to pretty much every other Forge World. Metallica is another one of the larger Forge Worlds, constantly at war with the forces of chaos at the moment. They don't show as much red as other Forge Worlds do. They try to keep themselves far apart from the Mechanicum of Mars. I do quite like the colour scheme. I used to have an army of Metallica years and years and years ago, but they've since been sold. But I might eventually get a small little contingency. We have how the different forces of the Mechanicus is broken down. So you've got your Forge World command, you've got your different macroclades, your different cohorts, and then each cohort has different mana pools. And on the back we got Riser, the Rust Planet. It's a nice orange and red colour scheme. Again, that's one I do quite like the look of. I do like the Castellan robots, they look quite nice. They've been posed really, really cool. One charging forward and one taking aim with his stub carbines. And my favourite form of techno priests, electro priests, the staves. I don't like the giant back generators of the guys of the gauntlets. I do like their weapons. So that's all our lore. Moving on, we have our build guide for our Immortals. So it does give you perfect instructions, close to perfect instructions here on how to build all the models. It does tell you to glue your gun arm and cable in place first and then attach the support arm last, which is a good idea. I would have done that myself. Doesn't show you how to build the other gun options, though if you I think it's going to be part 19 would be the Tesla Carbine, and then part 21 or possibly 23 and 21. Let's have a look on this frame actually. So no, part 15 for the Tesla Carbine's gun end, and then you've got a variety of different Tesla Carbines to choose from. So just try and keep the number that's close to. So yeah, you got 19, 19, 34, 24. So you've got two that are very similar in arm pose. The rest are going to be a little bit more different pose. So you just have to make sure you match the arms up as best you can. But build-wise, I'm going to be building mine with the classic Gauss Blasters, and I might get some more later on and build them up as different variants. So you can, of course, choose any leg combination to go with any torso. Although I will suggest that a good aiming and firing forward pose would be good with the advancing legs. So he's firing on the move. but it's all in all up to you. And the heads go on rather quite easily, just glue into the neck joints there. You can pose them a little bit as well, so you can have them looking along the barrel of the gun, looking for their targets, or so on. As for painting, I won't be using a paint guide, of course. You know me, I'm going Saltec. But this will give you a basic guide on how to paint them up for the the Zarek dynasty. So we get 3 coats of Rune Lord brass. We paint all the gun and the joints Abaddon black. Lead Belcher on some of the smaller details. Washing the silver details of non-oil. Add Canoptic alloy to the faceplate and shoulder guards. And then finally Corax white to your gun glow, your cable, and the small little stripe on the Immortals heads. So there we have that. So like I said, that is going to be part 1. I'm off now to build my Immortals and get some paint on them. So all what's left for me to do is, I've spoilt as what's in the next issue. Oh well. So all what's left for me to do is thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. Also, if you'd like to help the channel out, there's my affiliate link and my Buy Me a Coffee link in the description down below, as well as links to my social medias. So, I will see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.